We just got the Orange County Housing Report in yesterday. Kind of the headline of the report was that many are calling for a correction in the housing market. Consensus, at least in the near term, is that there really is no data that suggests that there's any correction coming in the housing market. And so if you look at the last run-up in housing, somewhat similar to what we're seeing today, that would have been a period of time from 2000 to 2006. And if you think about that era of housing and kind of what contributed to the decline, it really was a host of factors that we're not seeing today. And a lot of it was on the financing side. I mean, quite frankly, virtually anyone could get a loan, zero down loans, and negative amortization loans, and interest-only loans that switched to much higher payments down the road, phony documentation. I mean, you really, you name it, and there were all sorts of problems going on in the financing markets with housing, and then obviously in the whole financial system with derivatives and swaps and things that went on that created a global catastrophe. And so right now, if you look at the time it takes to sell an average house in Orange County, it's something in the neighborhood of low 20 days on market, which is just astoundingly fast. Inventories are at record lows. If you look just in Orange County, there's something in the neighborhood of 2,200 active listings on the market today. And if you look at a 5-year average, even taking in consideration the drop-off we saw last year, it's going to be more like 6,100 homes on the market. And so there's 4,000 homes missing from the market. And so that means if you're a buyer, there is just a lot less choices out there. And then if you look at the demand side, it's not as if there's any pull-off in demand. In fact, demand is higher than the historical average. And so typically pending sales this time of the year would be on a 5-year average right around 2,900 homes, and we're at 3,100 homes. So not a double or tripling in terms of more activity, but above average, and really the only thing holding back that demand is supply. You just can't buy the homes if they're not there. And so that's the market overall. Interestingly, if you look at the luxury market, it's even more pronounced. There's even more demand in the sector than typical, and is even driving that market, which luxury would be kind of that over $1.5 million in Orange County in a real meaningful way. And so other things that we're seeing in the market, we are seeing, for lack of a better word, a little bit of a throwing in the towel from buyers who just kind of feel like, hey, it's just too hard to buy in this environment. So I would say at the margin, that change in activity is impacting the market, but it's not impacting it enough to result in any change in the trajectory of the market. Thanks again for tuning into my update on housing. It's never too early to plan, I'm never too busy to help, and so I welcome your calls and the opportunity to learn more about your specific goals going into the future.